What it do, what it do, what it do. Talks with Terrell and Eva, keeping it real.
Hey, it's your girl Eva. We're gonna talk about some good shit and some more good shit. How y'all doing this day? Cause it's daytime and we're alive.
We're woke.
We're old, but we're alive. And we have here our lovely daughter, Taelor.
My twin.
She wants to talk about some good stuff and some more good stuff because she got some good information about you young people. So this is just our experience and we're telling our stuff. So thank you for coming. Go ahead, girl. What you gonna say?
Well, this is you guys' podcast, but I kind of want to ask you guys some questions on here.
Oh, come on, baby.
But I'll start by not even sharing the background, but I became a parent 2 years ago. I was in a relationship, obviously. It didn't work out. I learned a lot from that relationship. From that relationship, I took independence, but I also learned that from my mom and dad. But just recently, I got out of something a little bad, and I wanted to be somewhere, and I couldn't do it by myself. Obviously, we can't do a lot of stuff by ourselves. So I wanted to move. I didn't want to live in the city that I've been living in my whole life. I wanted to move. I know my parents brought us here for better things, and I appreciate that because I've been here my entire life. But I wanted to move so bad, so I did, and I obviously did not do it by myself. I couldn't do it by myself. My parents helped me. Like, it was definitely 50-50, if not even more on their part. And I have friends that, don't even have parents to say, hey, can I move? When I left my situation that I was in, I was able to come back home to my same room that I had as a kid. So, and I know people who don't have anywhere to go to or even have that safe place because, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have my mom talking me out of stuff or my dad telling me what I'm supposed to have. But with all that being said, so definitely my parents helped me with that. I even have friends that have to hire movers. I didn't have to. My dad and my brother came and moved me right in my house within like 2-3 hours.
My back still hurt.
Yeah, so, but the question I have, well, before I ask the question, my parents, I truly, genuinely believe, want me and my brothers to be happy. That's why they'll move us to Alaska if they had to, just for us to be happy. The right way, I think.
Yeah.
But the question I want to ask to my mom and dad is there a such thing as parents being jealous of their kids? Meaning they stop them from doing great things because maybe they weren't able to do it, or I don't know. What do you guys?
I think that they're jealous in another way, that they still want them to be down with them. If you're in a house with your mom and she's not doing well or she's just in a rut, she don't want you to get out the rut with her. She needs you to help her with that. So a lot of times parents, I don't know if it's jealous, but they just in something and you holding them, you don't know it, you holding them back, they holding you back. So misery love company. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I look at it as people who become friends with their kids, and they like start going out to the clubs with them, and you know what I'm saying. I think them ones probably have their issues. Their daughter look prettier than them, or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying. Something
That could be true too. Yeah, you're a little envious of your kid, honey. I want my daughter to be beautiful as she can, and I'm glad she's finding out her worth. That's a lot of our problem as a woman. I'm an older woman, she's a younger woman, but I think a lot of older women don't even know their worth. I know my worth. I know I am the one that, the chosen one, just like her. This is who we are. I can't find that word, but I'm going to find it in a minute, But anyway, yeah, I don't think parents, I guess sometimes parents could be a little envy, but you shouldn't be jealous of your kids. You want your kids to grow. You want them to grow up. You want them to be the best. Whatever they choose to be, you want to support them. And that's all we do is support our kids.
I love my kids. They all got jobs. They got their own money. I just want to get treated. I'm begging all the other. Let me have some of that.
Because guess who's going to take care of us when we get old? Shoot, we be good to our kids. Sometimes they'll be back good to you.
My son might put me in a common lesson home after a while.
I won't let him.
My daughter, she'll take care of me.
Okay, so one other thing I want to say is, So a funny story is I didn't even know growing up that everybody didn't have a mom and dad. I didn't even know until I was in second grade. That's kind of old to not know. And the way I found out was I was in elementary school obviously, and we had this thing called Daddy Donut Day. So the dad would come to the school and have donuts with their kid. And this boy who used to pick on me, he was like, "Your dad is fat," and his dad wasn't there. So I was like, "At least I have a dad," and I felt so bad, but. That's when I knew. I was like, wait, he didn't even have a dad to come do that. But I really didn't know everybody didn't have a mom and dad until I became a certain age. I thought everybody had the same thing me and my brothers had. But one thing that I think me and my brothers both agree on is we have had to deal with so many people that don't come from what we come from, and it's almost like we have to fix them. Or maybe we feel like we have to fix them. Like when people don't have the same thing as you, the views are completely different. The morals are different. The mindset is different.
And when she say that, I have to cut her off. She's not talking about material things. She's talking about, mom and dad. Because I didn't come from a mom and dad. So my friends over there that came from a mom and dad, they were a little different. They were more grounded.
Yeah,
I was
definitely
still
not
looking.
the material things.
Did you
no,
come from love or where did you come from? So
Did you ever get a whoop? That's what we want to know. Did you get a whooping ever? Did y'all get whoopings?
No, we didn't. One time, no, I didn't get a whooping. Like
One time, what?
One time we were like being bad kids around the house, and we knocked a picture down, and my dad pretended to whip me. He hit the tub.
Tell them about that.
And
Tell them
made it
I
seem
did
like
that.
he was
your mama
whipping me.
she think I'm in the
Really
room. She think I'm whooping their butt, right?
But no, we never got whipped.
But we have to get back to the subject, and I don't want anybody to think that she thought that she was better. It's none of that.
No,
Please don't
no.
take it that way. When we say different, we mean that I didn't come from a mom. I came from a mom and dad, but my mother raised me. So I did have friends that have parents, so it was a little different. Mm-hmm. It was survival or love. And from what I came from survive. Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody to think I'm saying it was a jealousy thing either. It was just the difference between my friends that didn't have mom and dads and us. Like all of our friends were around our dad growing up all the time. Mm-hmm. Half of Palmdale was at this house in this living room for summers at a time,
And it's okay. We were safe. We were a safe house. Yeah. They couldn't go.
All the boys, I'll be there for.
Basketball. He was the basketball coach.
I talk to him.
Yes.
I still do some now.
Because there was more boys than girls. So she was like just one of the girls that was around all the boys. So, but nobody was better. We just was here open, had our doors open for whatever, but safe, in a safe way. So.
But also when you have parents this is normal to us. Yeah. To us, this is all we know. We don't know it to be anything else. So it's normal life for us. But I know there's some people that, they wish they had it. I had lots of my friends tell me, "Oh my God, I wish my mom would do that," or I wish my parents would do that.
And I used to wish that about my friends that had parents. I remember I went to the back to school night and I looked over at this girl and she had her mom and her dad. I felt sick. I was like, I want a mom and dad like that, because they were together. You could tell she was walking in the middle of them and they was holding her hand, and I was like, dang, I wish that I had that. But you're a kid, you're residual, you just move along. But that's stuck in my brain. Old as I am, I still remember that. So, it was like I'm going to do the best I can to make sure that my kids have an on-site dad, an on-time dad, and a good husband.
That was my job. I wanted to be there. I wanted this. I wanted to have kids and be there. I wasn't gonna whoop my kid. I was gonna figure out what I don't. I didn't have to. I wasn't gonna do that. You're supposed to do better than your parents did, first of all. So I just,
Yeah.
I just want to have that for them.
Yeah, we just want to let everybody know the difference, but everybody that we know came out really good, successful, whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the college thing. If some of them went to college, good for them. But if they didn't, they're still successful in their own way. And she's successful. She's doing what she wants. Our boys are successful. We have wonderful grandkids. We have wonderful friends. There's nothing perfect, So she had a baby, and she, even though she had a baby, she's not married. I thought that's what I was gonna be. She wanted to be married, but it just didn't happen that way. So everything, is nothing perfect, and I'm sure one day she will be married, right? You want to be married?
I think so. I don't know.
You don't have to. Whatever works for you. Whatever works. But anyway, she just wanted to come on here. She just wanted to come over here, come to our show and let you guys know that it's okay. She's a single parent and she's striving, honey.
Well, can I ask you guys some more questions that you guys
You ask whatever you want.
Okay, so this is for Dad. This is for Dad. So if you and Mom weren't married and weren't together, how much would you have been in our lives? The same, or?
See, me, I was a prayer warrior growing up. Praying for everything.
But you have to understand what she's saying.
I just want to know.
We wasn't together.
Yeah, if we wasn't together, y'all, and I had kids by her, I'd be still want to be in
Their stepdad have to help me and his stepmom.
Okay, so
they grown now. So
my question to you is, if you and Dad weren't together, would you have been the parent or the mom that's like, sometimes we as moms, we make the dads try, I feel like sometimes, you know.
Well, first of all, if we wouldn't have only had one kid.
Okay.
Because I wasn't going to be the parent just with, I didn't want but one anyhow, but things pan out different. But I would have just had that one. And I would have said, come on. He would have been there. He probably would have been happy living with him.
Us?
Because that's how, Terrell, our oldest son, he would probably be living with Dad because he was an on-hands dad. He was mama dad.
He still is. He built our beds.
Yeah. He could do whatever I could do, but, so if things had been different, but that's what would have happened. You probably wouldn't have made it around here, girl. So.
But yeah, dads are great because they help you build stuff. I had internet come to my house the other day, and I swear I wanted to give up so bad, and I just was like, okay, be your dad. And I put my internet together by myself.
Yeah.
So
we can do it. We can do whatever we want, however we want. We just have situations in our life that come up, and we don't plan this stuff. We didn't plan, me and him, we never planned anything. Just happened. It happened the way it happened because he prayed, I prayed, and it happened because we both wanted the same thing. Now, she was in a relationship that they can't get it together, but one day they might be able to be friends or whatever, baby steps, because nothing is ruled out, you know what I'm saying? So they can't get it together on the same level because it's always somebody here and somebody here. So until you meet at the light, it's going to always be a fight. Until you meet at that light, there's going to always be a fight. See, we met at the light. Whatever he said, I was like, okay, as long as it was right.
Not a physical fight. No.
Well, to my generation, I feel like it's different. You guys, Dad, you paged Mom and like, look, we're finna meet up here. Oh, I seen you post this on Facebook or da-da-da-da. You guys didn't have that. You guys meet up to the park and talk about real stuff. Us, we don't have that. So it's like the relationships just like how, did you ever think that I would come from a married parents, 30 years, girl, that's all I ever seen, and now I have to co-parent with somebody. It's very opposite of what I've seen, very opposite. It's very
what the world has came to.
Yeah, but I feel like that sucks for my generation. I do, because...
Do you regret being with the person you were with?
I can't say that because we have a baby together, so... What?
Would you have waited?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because that's all
you try your best to get to know a person. Us as women, we think we could change a man and make him what we want him to be, and which is the little house on the prairie and get married, have kids, and just live happy ever after. That happened for us, but it didn't pan out for her. But one day it might. God is good
all the time.
So you got to go back and you got to revert to God. You never know what can happen. The person that you were with. You need to grow up and he needs to grow up. You never know. God has the first
we're just co-parenting right now, and he's a great dad. So
sometimes they're great dads, but not great husbands or boyfriends because they haven't learned how to be.
But no shade to him because maybe in his he was doing everything he could. So no shade to him, to whoever, because like I said, I know I have a lot of people my age watching this. So like I said, this is no shade to nobody, especially not my child's father.
And she loved her child's father because he might not see it that way because he might be too young-minded, but everybody in their time grew up. And then we have to go back and look, who was he raised by? Where did he get all his stuff from? You know, we are our parent. We are our parents. Our parents are us. Sometimes we get it, and sometimes we don't. I thought you would be like me, and you thought you would be like me. I thought I would be like my mother, even though I didn't want to be like my mother because she was with a man that had a whole bunch of kids. So I always wanted a little different, but I wanted her ways of thinking, the goodness of her, the honest, the loyalty. I'm very loyal. You're very loyal. Stay like you are, and God will present you with a husband. It might be even your baby.
See, once you learn how to pray and get that part, once you get that part down pat, I learned real young how to do it. It still carries on.
Yeah.
It still works
But you
today.
younger people don't have time. You guys got to make time for yourself. You got to meditate. You got to make time for yourself. And a lot of times we have